It's week 4 of the NFL, and if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Steamers and the Nighthawks on Sunday night.
This is the NFL on EA Sports as we come to you from the banks of the Missouri River at Omaha, Nebraska.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Fall is in the air and the NFL season is in full swing, and we're underway here in Week 4. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a Heisman runner-up during his college days. It's the versatile Jalen Hurts.
And he is, without any question at all, the focal point of this offense. Had an unbelievable game running the football last time out. And we're not just talking about little scampers here and there for 5 or 10 yards. We're talking about big, long, explosive field-flipping runs. And that's something this defense is well aware of.
They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And this is picked up by the defense. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a look at a guy who grew up in Florida, played his college ball, of course, in Louisville. It's the electric Lamar Jackson.
And the guys on the other side of the ball know they'll have to be on their toes. And it's obviously not just the passing, but the running element that makes him dangerous. He ran for over 100 yards in that game last week, so keeping him contained will be a big emphasis for this defense.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Credit the sack to the Oregon Duck, DeForest Buckner. We take a peek at the list of inactives for this week's game. And, gosh, this early in the season, Charles, injuries already accumulating for this squad.
You got to wonder, in this organization, they just saying to themselves, well, hopefully we're just getting them out of the way early so we can make a late-season push when we have everyone back. It certainly feels that way with the number of injuries they've had already.
Jackson now. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Duvernay in motion. Here's Jackson to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Off the play fake, here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And the pressure gets to him again. Really in a hole here, 3rd and 17 following the 2 negative plays. From the gun, it's Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. Badgley able to punch this one through, and that'll make it 3-0 here in the first.
So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They fumbled the last time they had the football. Fortunate that it only led to a field goal. 3-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. They'll run here, the former Longhorn with it.
And they're able to get this one across the 35.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. There was a little space there, yes, but that was a well-executed run by the rookie.
It was, and he wasn't one of the higher-rated rookie running backs coming out. He's probably on the next tier. But let me tell you something. If he becomes more consistent and continues to have that drive.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
Hurts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
On the return is Peterson. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. And they'll begin by running the option. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
Wilson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They snap it at 1. Now Wilson. A short throw caught by Andrews. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
A yard all they need, but it's 3rd down. Myers in motion right. Now the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Now Wilson. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
First carry of the game for Zamir White.
Shedding the tackle.
He'll get this down to the 38. The numbers for White a week ago: 13 carries, 81 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and they'll instead run up the middle.
And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on third down. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Hurts sets up to throw it. They'll find the former Steeler, Deontay Johnson.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
In motion right, that's Burks. Throwing is Hurts. That's to the first-round pick, and Xavier Worthy.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Here's Hurts to throw. That's pulled in by Brooks.
And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46.
From the 46, here's the 2nd down and 4.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw.
On the slant, Burks.
Three 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. On to the second quarter. Memphis in possession of the football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
They'll look to throw again. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Yeah, there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
Now here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now.
And they will begin with, should we call it, far from ideal starting field position, their own 2-yard line.
So what's your definition of ideal?
The 1-yard line on the other side of the field.
Yes, exactly right. So, yes, your definition is apropos in this case.
2nd and 10.
They keep it on the ground. White again. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line.
The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. They run straight ahead here with White. And he is going to have the first down as he's up to his own 13-yard line. In motion left goes Myers. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They go play action now. Wilson.
And that's going to be incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
Throwing is Wilson.
And the tackle made at the 13. He is well short of the first. On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt.
Fielded at the 33. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time.
3rd down and 1. They'll try and run here with Brooks.
And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Taken down at the 47-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Edwards-Helaire now off the option.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. They'll set up to throw. Forced out to it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
Jalen Hurts.
His 6th touchdown of the season. And his guys have taken the lead.
That was not a designed run. It was supposed to be a pass, but it turned into an exceptional run. What a scramble for a touchdown.
Now the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. and that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And they'll accept that penalty. And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15. To throw is Wilson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Flushed out right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A timeout for an injured player, and it looks like it's Traylon Burks who's in some discomfort out there. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
Boy, that was certainly well read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle him for just a short gain.
Edwards-Helaire, they'll try to run for it. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. They'll look to throw now on first down. He gets this one to Johnson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Now a 2nd and 2. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. This ball taken in here by Brooks. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. And did he put that on a dime? He did. Wow. Out of bounds at the 1-yard line. Back out comes this offense now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team.
Fighting to get back to the goal line. I don't think he got there. He did not get back there. It's a safety.
Normally, when we think about big swings and scores before a half, we think offense, but this time, their defense made the play. Instant pressure off the snap, and they weren't going to let him find a way to escape.
And remember, following the safety, you give the football up as well, and they free kick it from the 20 now. Fielded at the 20. This offense back to work now late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at their own 46.
They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, and that is incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Going to throw deep for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Hurts got a man over the middle, Worthy.
Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
Hurts.
Staying on his feet. But he can't get away forever, and down he goes.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 46 yards out. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and that will do it for this first half. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started in the place dubbed America's finest city, San Diego, California, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Kenny Pickett, excellent in the victory as his guys moved to 3-1 after 4 games. Next, we head off to check out another game, and you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the 2nd quarter. We just watched a fine first half out of the mobile quarterback. That's Jalen Hurts. He was able to take it in himself for the game's only touchdown. And you wonder if this coaching staff will ask him to do a bit more the rest of the way. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
Oh, a good return up past the 30. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Omaha's offense back out for another series. And they have had problems getting the running game in gear as we look through some of their attempts from earlier. They have just not been able to match the physicality that this defense has shown, and their lack of success on the ground is a direct reflection of that. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. The slot man in motion right. Now Jackson taps his forward jet sweep. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd down and 6. Option play. Here's White. Broke through some contact, but unable to reach the 40.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down. Jackson. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. To throw is Jackson. They'll dump this one off here to White. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. In motion left goes Myers. Jackson now. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Jackson. It's Myers again with another catch. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. And he missed it. It's no good. And they'll remain 2 scores back as this holds at a 9-point advantage.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. So the long field goal misses, and now the reverse. You're in a tough spot defensively. They'll start the drive at the 43. Throwing is Hurts. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Hurts sets up to throw it. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Here's Hurts to throw. They'll set up the screen to Edwards-Helaire. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Up the middle with Brooks here. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4. Back to throw here. That's pulled in by Brooks. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Here's Brooks. He gets this down to the 3. Brought the power run out of the bag, but couldn't do a ton with it. Now they send a man in motion right. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Chris Moore, his first touchdown on the year. And the Steamers add 6 to their lead. And now Sean McDermott's made the call. They'll go for 2. Hurts will throw.
complete at the 1. And he will get into the end zone to bump the lead up to 3 scores. And around the goal line, especially on two-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Now here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it's 2nd down. Throwing is Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Here's Jackson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. 3 yards all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now.
He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
Returning it is Moore.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And they will take over 1st and 10. The Steamers offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
Fights through him. Fighting through it. He's got space.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line.
15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Brooks. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
On the zone read, a handoff here to Brooks. And we're down to the 41.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll wind up getting 4 down to the 36.
But really, that was no surprise there. They've been running it well all game, and I know goals change all the time, but any team will take that type of run each and every time.
On 3rd down, they go with Brooks.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
A lot depended on the spot there, and he got it, but it wasn't by much, was it? I remember Coach Madden talking about, depending on which foot the official used, that would tell you whether you had the 1st down or not. You want that upfield foot to be the one that spots the ball, don't you?
And you and I have the luxury of a couple extra views here in the booth, and he did get it, but not by much.
Well, now hang on here because he appears to be shaken up. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
Back now here on EA Sports as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. From the 29, Hurts. Johnson's got it complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Off the option, it's Edwards-Helaire.
They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
2 yards on the pickup there. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts.
And he's going to go down. Sacked back at the 13-yard line. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Now here's the Omaha offense getting set to go now. And you see a lot of frustrated faces as they are inching closer to a 4th straight loss.
Now it's Jackson. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Now it's Jackson. This is White on the screen. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off.
And that flag accepted.
Bad time to get a delay of game penalty there. Not that there's a good time, but that makes it 3rd and 6. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
That looked great when he first took off because, in my mind, there was room to run, and he had the marker in his sight. But I certainly didn't expect him to close so quickly, and neither did he. They got to him just in time, and now that forced him to make a decision with his 4th down call.
They'll run for it. This is White. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. In motion goes the tight end. Now Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. They'll wind up getting just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Jackson to throw. And this is going to be hauled in by the tight end Andrews. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But if they trim that lead down to just 2 scores, that's still a benefit to this squad.
And Jackson throwing once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. They'll send a tight end in motion right. Boy, and now they can't even get a play off. Now the play clock hits 0 here, and we're going to get a delay. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion right here. From the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down again. Trey Hendrickson, 2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete.
And he is going to be out of bounds a mile away from that yellow line, and that will become a turnover on downs.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42.
Here's Edwards-Helaire as they will start on the ground.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7. Is that one officially a loss of 1?
From the gun, it's Hurts. Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A strong 8 yards will keep this drive rolling.
First and 10, it's Edwards-Helaire with it. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. It's 2nd down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And he's going to be stopped at about the 37. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
And he is caught. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
They'll run here with Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They'll run. It's Edwards-Helaire.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you can win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the first quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for Memphis, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they'll get another road date next week.
Meanwhile, for Omaha,
they'll sink now to 0-4. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.